Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hailey to Love It. I am your host for today, Jeremiah the Revelist, and today is a new day, a new review. Don't forget to subscribe to your boy for movie reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. So Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is the seventh installment of the Mission Impossible franchise. You got Tom Cruise coming back to play the famous Ethan Hunt. And I gotta say, these movies, I'm a big fan of the Mission Impossible franchise. And these movies get better and better every time. I mean, I pretty much like all of them. I can't really come up with my favorite Mission Impossible ones because they're so good each time. This one exceeds all of them. It's freaking great. I mean, I gotta give it to Tom Cruise. This dude is 61 years old, and he's still doing these practical stunts, all physical effects, hardly ever having any CGI. I mean, this dude can do it all, and he said he wants to keep doing this into his 80s. Man, if he could keep pushing out this type of stuff, man, let him keep doing it. I mean, he does an amazing job. And the story itself, I just like the story. It's an interesting story because it's like an artificial intelligence is the villain, but then you have a guy that works for the artificial intelligence that is that side villain as well, but he's very good, Gabriel. This dude, like when I see him, when he has that presence, he's so calm, but he's so stern. But when you look into his eyes, he's a scary motherfucker. Like he's so suave but creepy at the same time. But he acts like a machine. And it feels like, the artificial intelligence is inside of him. That's what it feels like. We don't know that, but that's what it just feels like. I gotta give it to Hailey Atwell as well. Like, that's the girl she's Agent Carter, Captain British. I mean, she is amazing in this movie. Like, she's just great. She plays a thief in this movie. And every time I saw in this movie, she did a really great job in this film. I always call them the new Mission Impossible girls because like the Bond girls, like there's always a new girl that comes into the Mission Impossible franchise and stuff like that. And also Rebecca Ferguson coming back to play Elsa, and she does an amazing job. I gotta say, she's probably the first Mission Impossible girl that played in like 3 Mission Impossible movies, which she's good. I just love her in these films. Like, she's such a badass, And I loved her in Dune as well. Like, every time I see her, it's like she's such a badass on screen. We also got Vanessa Kirby. She came back as well. She was also in Fallout in the last movie, so she came back in this movie as well too. She was great in this movie. Like everybody, the old cast from the previous movies, they did an amazing job as well. The stunts in here are phenomenal. I mean, that one stunt scene where Tom Cruise jumps off a cliff and does like a parachuting, that scene was so freaking great. And every single scene after that, all the stunt scenes were so freaking great. The car chase scene was one of my favorites. And also that train sequence was another one of my favorite scenes in that film. I feel like they took homages from the first 2 Mission Impossible films, because in Mission Impossible 1, they had the final sequence on the train. In this one, they have a final sequence on the train, but it's like times 100. They crank up the levels on this one, on that train sequence. And then in the second one, the girl was a thief in that one. And then with Hailey, she's a thief in this one. So I feel like they took homages to those 2 films, which I kind of find that funny. This movie is great. I mean, this is why I always say Fast and the Furious needs to take a page from Mission Impossible. They do most of their stunts practical. They do very little CGI, but most of their stunts is very practical. And Fast, you got to take it from there. Start doing too much ridiculous CGI crap fest. I'm telling you. But I gotta give it, like I said, I gotta give it to Tom Cruise. This franchise keeps getting better. I can't wait for Dead Reckoning Part 2. I mean, bring it on. What do I think about this movie? Is it a love? Is it a hate? Or is it something in between? I gotta give it a love. That's right, I give it a love. This movie was amazing. I actually think I like it better than John Wick Chapter 4. I didn't think I would like this movie better than John Wick Chapter 4, but I did actually. And this is definitely in my top, probably my second favorite movie of the year. I mean, until I see Oppenheimer, so far this is my second favorite movie of 2023. It was great. You should go check it out. I actually watched it in the Adobe Theater, and it was freaking amazing. Try to watch it in IMAX or Adobe, any of the bigger screens. You're gonna get a good, fun action moments in this film. Check it out. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Or there's something in between? And for my new subscribers, for the new people on this channel, go ahead and click on the description below so you could get all how I rate the movies, how I rate all my movies, so you get every good explanation on how I rate my movies, because I do a different rating system than other people. And also you can catch me on Facebook, Twitter, and also YouTube at Hate It or Love It Movie Reviews. You can also catch me on KerPOWie, a pop culture movie blog. That's where you get your reviews on video games, comic books, artwork, like movie reviews, all you can think of. Check that out. That place is so great over there. And I'll see you when I see you. Peace.